Okay, let's talk about troubleshooting individual parts. Let's say, for example, you've got multiple cameras plugged into the DVR and one or two are working and one's not. Now we're going to troubleshoot this whether you're getting blurry or fuzzy lines or no video at all. It's still the same troubleshooting. There's no difference in troubleshooting it. And so what you do, first you take one of the cameras that is working. We know this camera works, we know this cable works, we know the power supply works. So really all we have to do to find out if the camera is bad or if it's something else on the camera that's not being displayed is we just simply unplug a camera that is working. We take the camera that doesn't appear to be working and we plug in the power and the video, and we should come up with a video signal, which we have. So now we know the camera's good. So now it was the cable that was causing this camera not to work. So then we go back and we take a look at the cable or the power fitting, and we've identified that being the problem. It's very rare to have a cable have a problem, but you definitely want to check it out. The other thing that you want to do real quick, since I've got this camera working now, is that, let's say for example when it wasn't working it was into port 4. The next thing I want to do is make sure that port on the DVR is okay. So I'll just unplug this camera and I'll plug it into port 4. Easier said than done. And it's working good too. So now we know the camera's good, the DVR on the port on the DVR is good, so it has to be the cable that we were using with this particular camera. Pick up the phone, call us, we ship you a new one out, boom, as quick as we can. Now initially, if you don't see any video, live video on the screen after you plug in the cameras and power them and whatnot, then you take a look. If you see the mouse pointer moving on the screen and you can see the different quadrants where the video should be, then you know the DVR is working fine and you know the monitor's working fine. So there's no problems there. So the next thing I would look at would probably be the power supply, because all multiple cameras are powered off this multi-camera power supply. That's not always the case, but in this case we have one power supply, this guy right here, powering 4 cameras. Okay? And since none of the cameras are showing up, I'm suspecting that's the common link. So the quick, easy way to tell is just to take one of the cameras, and you'll see the red infrared lights around here. That's what gives it night vision. You cup your hand over so the camera thinks it's nighttime, and you look inside, and you should see red glowing LEDs. It's very faint, but you'll see them. If they're not red, and you don't see them, that soft red glow, then the power supply is not working. And we've identified the problem as being the power supply. So those are some basic troubleshooting techniques. The whole concept behind troubleshooting is simply just to isolate each part, the camera, the cable, the power supply, the DVR, so that you can identify quickly which part of it might be giving you a problem. If you have any questions, give us a call. Our tech support guys are experts in this stuff, that we're well trained on troubleshooting, and we can identify things very quickly. If the camera's not the right camera for you, call us, we'll switch it out. If you've got a cable that's been identified as a problem, we'll shoot one out to you. If a power supply is a problem, we shoot one out to you. Our goal is your goal. We want this as quick and as easy as possible, and you have experts standing behind you when you buy a system from Backstreet, so you might as well use that expertise. We're here to help.